Chesterfield has some folks who have said all along, yeah, our real goal is to get kids back in class. Our goal here is to get folks vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine. Chris Winslow, as you know, is on the Board of Supervisors, vice chairman, I think. I don't want to screw that up, but Chris is joining us again. Chris, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Jeff, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, did I get it right? You're vice chairman.
Yes. It's like that song, "Mo Money, Mo Problems." So that's how that works.
All right. So now, do we have to have a conversation with the chairman to move them out of the way, or are you happy being the vice chairman?
No, I'm grateful to have been elected vice chairman this year.
Excellent.
And I appreciate you having me on this very important topic. As you know, Chesterfield has been working hard to, coordinate with the local health district, which, of course, is a creature of the Commonwealth. Just about 10 days ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Virginia Department of Health. As a locality, it is the first in the state, and that allowed us to have the authority to help provide them with IT support, registration, and, I know one of the things that we've been hearing a lot is that people were registering, or they thought they were, but there was no confirmation of that.
That's right.
And so last week we were able to roll out a confirmation for 66,000 citizens in the district.
Wow.
That were contacted thanks to the really good work of a number of folks on staff. But I should put in a real kudos to our IT department for really working overtime to get that confirmation out. I know some have received that confirmation. Others may be buried in a spam folder, and so we're asking people to check that. But it's a small success, but it's a success.
No, listen, in this day and age, any sort of success on this front is a huge success. And so the idea that the Chesterfield Health District is offering this, you guys deserve a round of applause. I mean, my hat is off to you.
Well, and I appreciate that. There's still a lot to do. The state opened up a website today where you can actually register. It's a state site now, and so there's still not a date or a time or schedule that you can select, but you can register it now in one place that is statewide. I think they were up and running this morning, and it may have been busy for them. But it was, we've been taking registrations in a variety of ways. I had a elderly couple call me and say, "Listen, we don't do Google." And I thought to myself, well, I could tell you don't do Google because you said we don't do Google.
Right.
So I said, if you don't mind, I'll be happy to take the information down and we'll get it into the system. But we still have populations that still need serious attention. Yes. Our seniors with pre-existing conditions, our seniors, generally speaking, members of our child care giving and frankly private school networks, members of the legal community who are in contact with people with COVID on a daily basis. Right. And, we're still getting about 4,500 doses a week to split among all three of the localities. So there's really, really a fundamentally need for more at this point.
Wow. All right. So 4,500 sounds like an interesting number. I mean, just as a layman, you go, oh, that ought to help out. And then you think, well, wait a minute, how many people in Chesterfield County overall? How many folks, as you point out, in these front-facing roles, law enforcement and the legal community, the health community, and ultimately not just senior citizens, but everybody who has these coexisting morbidities. I mean, there's a huge population that needs this.
Yeah, and we don't want to be overly critical. We want to help, but from a process standpoint, it hasn't gone well. We're trying to help where we can. We think that this MOU that we've signed will hopefully be an example for other localities across the Commonwealth to follow and perhaps lend their assistance as well in their own localities. We think it's going to yield some good things for us here in terms of logistics and administration of the vaccination. It's baby steps,
Yep.
but we're looking for victories wherever we can find them.
Absolutely. Chris Winslow is joining us, the vice chair of the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. I'll have to put you in touch with Eric Fly from the Sussex County Board of Supervisors. He's been here a couple of times. That Board of Supes actually had to say to the Commonwealth, look, we're not giving you any more money. You guys stink to high heaven. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but not by much. You guys stink to high heaven. You're not getting the job done for us. We're done. We're not sending you any more money. And then they got a little bit of attention. Our friends over at Channel 8 did a story on them the other day, this whole situation. I'm just glad that you guys seem to be working it out. Like you say, perhaps you could serve as a role model for counties that are involved in other health districts.
Yeah, and I do think that the state is learning with all of this, and certainly we're trying to be patient with that, but also, the supply really is the fundamental issue. Once that opens up, we do think we'll be in a position to roll it out as quickly as possible. Of course, CVS has had some success, and you look at how they've rolled it out, and they've really done a great job. And so we're trying to be, a cooperative element in this process.
Where are you as far as schools opening? Can you bring us up to date on that?
Certainly. We're still working on vaccinating our secondary teaching and staff populations, but we're getting there. And most of our vaccinations that have come to the county for county employee use have been set aside for those populations, and we went through the elementary and now working through that secondary to try to support that parental choice of face-to-face learning as quickly as possible, given everything that we've heard, not only in terms of academics but also mental health and physical health and other issues that have raised their heads during this process.
So you're seeing sort of the same things where kids who, quite frankly, had been good students, some of them excellent students, all of a sudden during this situation, they're now failing because nobody's ever taught school this way. We talk about that, but nobody's ever been a student in that situation either.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's still new to some degree, and people are trying to find their way through it. And so at the end of the day, parents ultimately have to make these decisions, knowing their children the best, and we want to support those individual decisions based on those individual circumstances, and I think that's our role.
Yeah. Let me ask you finally, Chris, about something that the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors did in the last couple of weeks. You really made a commitment and a statement to the law enforcement community in Chesterfield. Do you mind sharing some of those details?
Well, I think one of the things we have been working on over the last couple of years is compensating our law enforcement community to the degree that we think they ought to be. And, they've really borne an incredible load during the pandemic. First of all, pre-pandemic, there's certainly a load and responsibilities, but during the pandemic, I mean, we have people on fire trucks, on emergency support units. We have people in their patrol cars serving citizens daily. And they have been in some instances, daily contact, certainly weekly contact with people with the virus, and they have quietly gone about their business. But we did take the step to pass a fairly remarkable funding plan for all of the salaries in not only police, fire, but also in the sheriff departments, and so they're looking they're looking in good shape right now, and we've got the second part of that plan coming into effect in a few months, and so we're looking forward to that. But it's something that we needed to do, and frankly, we're looking, at our teaching population right now in the same context. So that's another good thing yet to come.
Yeah. Well, I must tell you that Chesterfield is truly blessed to have one of the best sheriffs in America in Carl Leonard, one of the best chiefs of police anywhere in America. In my namesake down there, Jeff Katz, just great guys, and I think it speaks volumes about Chesterfield and
Jeff,
the board.
I will tell you, I would put up R3 against, that is our chief center, our fire chief, Sheriff Leonard, and then our police chief Katz. I would put R3 up against any three in the state.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You would win that bet. Well, listen, Chris, I appreciate you being here again. Congratulations on all the good work you're doing down there. I'd love to have you back as things play out a little bit more and we get a few more details, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All right, that is Chris Winslow. He is the vice chairman of the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. And, yeah, they're taking some steps.